Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Peachy and this channel is all about my Sylvanian Families collection. For today's video, I thought we could take a look at some new items into my collection over the last couple of months. I've laid them all out here, but we'll go through them one by one. These are all older vintage items or slightly older discontinued items, so hopefully this will be an interesting one to watch. As always, if there's anything you want to see closer up, let me know down in the comments and I can do a separate video or short on that. But without any further ado, let's get started looking at the items. So first up, I have this family. This is the Fielding field mouse family. They were released in Japan in 2009 and then came into the UK range in 2010. We have Darcy Fielding. He is the father of the family. He's in these lovely bright yellow overalls and I love the red on his buttons matching this red checked shirt. He is a cobbler by trade and by the official descriptions. Then we have Bridget Fielding. She is the mother. She helps out her husband's cobbler business. She is the buyer for all the materials and accessories and she also helps out with the customers. You can tell this is one of the older figures. She's still got an apron. They've kind of moved away from giving the mothers aprons now. See, her dress is all just one piece. It's in this lovely yellow on the top and this really pretty floral fabric on the bottom. I really like this. She also has the kind of red and yellow motif going on. Then we have the brother figure. His name is Daniel Fielding and he is exceptionally intelligent, very good at school, getting top marks in all of his classes. I love the pattern on his little shorts. I think it's a really nice kind of plaid tartan kind of effect. Little buttons, elastic braces, and then he's got the red and yellow patterning called out in his shirt. You'll notice that there's differentiation between the noses as well. So the dad and the brother have brown noses and the mum and the sister have pink noses. And finally, the sister character, this is Helen Fielding. She is exceptionally good at netball and she loves bossing the other girls around on the court when they're playing. Her dress is really pretty. It's like a cottony fabric, this lovely lace trim, and then these beautiful orange flowers all over it, orange bow. Really, really pretty dress. You can see her little pink nose there as well. And then a running theme throughout the whole family's bios is that they're very shy and quiet, so kind of quiet as a mouse, a play on that, which I think is quite cute. You'll notice they're looking a little bit worse for wear on their ears. On some of these older figures where they have painted details and then flocked details or different coloured flocked details, you'll notice that some of the darker colours can wear away over time and with play. These are obviously second hand. So there'll be a little bit of restoration work for me to do on these, but I got them for an extremely good price and they're wearing all the correct clothes. So I don't mind just touching the ears up with a little bit of paint and then they'll look good as new. Then another family, and mice seems to be the theme this time. I was really into getting some more mice for my collection. This is the Norwood family. They were released in Japan in 1996 and then came over to the Tomy range in 1997. And they also got a re-release by Flair in the Flair era here in the UK. You'll see I only have 3 members of the family here. There is a sister as well, and we will see her in just a minute in another set. But first up, we have the father. This is Wensleydale Hector Norwood, known as WH for short to his friends. You'll see he's in the really classic outfit of the overalls and the shirt underneath. I really like the green on these. It's very nice, kind of rich grassy green. He owns the newspaper book and stationery shop called WH Norwood and Sons. He prefers working in the shop than kind of just being the owner, so he's very hands-on. And the WH Norwood and Sons is a play on words for a stationery shop we have here in the UK called WH Smith's, so that's quite a fun little tidbit there. Then we have the mother of the family. This is Bree Norwood. I absolutely love her name. Norwood is a really cute surname anyway, as they're mice, and mice tend to gnaw on wood. And naming them after cheeses is just divine. I love it. I love the old naming conventions and how fun they were. You can see she's wearing this lovely kind of pale minty green dress with these beautiful flowers all over it. And this is when we still had the tie-on aprons, so you could remove the apron if you wanted to and just have her in a dress, but also she could have her apron on for doing her work or going about things that might get her dress a bit mucky. She also works in the shop. She does all the business records and accounts, and she's training to become a fully fledged chartered accountant. So clearly she's the brains of the outfit here. And lastly here we have the brother. This is Endeavour Norwood, which I think is a great name. Not a cheese, but a fabulous name nonetheless. He's in the very traditional boy clothes of the little shorts with the braces on and the buttons, but no shirt, so he's going to get very cold in the winter. He is the paper boy for his mother and father's shop. He does the paper round and he names and addresses all the papers for delivery as well, so that's kind of his bag. He's got boundless energy and enthusiasm, so that kind of job suits him pretty well because it can burn off some of his excess energy. And that's the Norwood family, or the majority of. Then I have a Flair era set. This is the School Sports Day set, and this is from 2010, I believe. This comes with two figures, and one of them you can see is the sister of the Norwood family. This is Katie Norwood, and then accompanying her is Barry Periwinkle from the Periwinkle Milk Rabbit family. This is a really fun set. These are all activities I remember from school sports day. So you got egg and spoon race, you got the sack race, and then things like rounders and hockey, little cones. Just a really fun addition to add to the school. Here you can see them using some of the sets. And here on the back with all the items. Comes with this cute little trophy as well. Really fun little set. And you can see here it's marketed to go with the Berry Grove School, but it could easily go with any of the Sylvanian schools. Since we were doing the Norwood bios, let me just tell you about Katie. So she doesn't have anywhere near as much energy as her brother. She really doesn't like getting out of bed in the morning. She's much more of a late night, afternoon kind of person. And on Saturdays, she works in the shop in the afternoon, of course, with her parents. Barry here is a cousin to the Periwinkle Milk Rabbit family, so not to be confused with the son of that family, whose name is, I think it's Oliver? Yeah, Oliver. An interesting thing to watch with this set is Barry always seems to be present, but at some point, Katie gets swapped out for a Mace's mouse, yet the box still says Katie. So if you're wanting to buy this set and particularly wanting the Norwood figure, just make sure to watch for that because sometimes it will come with a Mace's figure instead. Then I have a figure and accessory set. This is Professor Merryweather, and these are the accessories he came with. He was part of the Tomy Token Collection Club range of products, so you could get him for a number of tokens which would come on the boxes of other Sylvanian products. So you can see here he's dressed in a very traditional kind of teacher uniform with the big flowy academic cloak. He also has these cute little spectacles on. And he's part of the Merryweather family, so they are these kind of tan cats with slightly darker greyish brown ears. Other cats in this family include Florence Merryweather, who is a nurse, and also Madeline Merryweather, who owns a boutique. You can see in here a number of school accessories that he comes with. I won't get them all out now, but there's like books, and actually not quite sure if these books were included. But my favourite is this. I will just get this one out because this is my favourite of the accessories. I'll get my two favourites out. Firstly, this big encyclopedia of the natural world, which is a massive book and does open and close. And then also this abacus, which is functional. I love that you can move the little beads around on it. Really lovely detailed accessories. And then he also comes with some things for drawing on the board itself, clock for teaching the time, and a number of these cards for teaching like words and things like that. But just a really lovely school set with some extra school activities or accessories that would look great in any classroom. I'm not sure of the exact year of his release, but it's during the Tomy era, so probably at some point during the 90s. I think he was a UK exclusive because he was part of that Token Collectors Club, but not 100% sure on that, so don't quote me on that. But that is Professor Merryweather. Then on to one of three buildings. This is the Brick Oven Bakery. It first appeared in the Japanese range in 2015 and came to the UK shortly thereafter. It came with a figure. This is Eleanor Bramble. She is from the Bramble Hedgehog family. She's the mother of that family, and she is also the baker and owner of this Brick Oven Bakery. We'll do a separate unboxing of this set, and then I'll also in that video do a little bit of history on the bakeries of Sylvania. But just taking a very quick look, you can see it comes with a ton of bread and bread-like accessories. You can see the inside of the building here. Here's everything the set came with. Here's some lovely setup images on the back. And here's the kind of contemporary sets of the time. So we've got like the boutique, the country clinic, the hot dog van, and then some of the houses down here as well. Now, you might be sitting there thinking, but Peachy, you said you don't have any more room for any more houses or buildings, and you say that quite frequently. And I've had a little rearrange of the storage situation in the Sylvanian room. I'll show it in a separate video because it's all still a little bit of a mess now, but I have created myself a little bit more space and then immediately filled it by buying these next three buildings you're going to see. So that's the Brick Oven Bakery. Then I have this building here, which is a Copper Beech cottage. This is what we would know in the UK range as one of the starter homes or starter cottages. It was released in Japan in 2007 under the kind of My First Sylvanian range, so their version of starter homes. And it came to the Flare range in the UK shortly after that. This box says 2011, but I'm not sure if that's just the year that this one was produced or whether there really was that big of a gap between the two. As a starter home, this one is absolutely beautiful. It looks like a log cabin. I love the tiles on the roof. And it came with a figure of Freya and some furniture to get you started. So you can see that better on the side here. So you got a little table, cooker, and a bed, and then it's got a ladder to get up onto the second floor. As a starter home, this one is pretty spacious. I really like it for its log cabin aesthetic, so I probably wouldn't use it for the Chocolate Rabbit family. I'm not sure who's going to live here yet, but it's going to be kind of a foresty family kind of vibe. I also thought this would make an absolutely excellent Christmas shop or Santa's workshop in a Christmas scene. Just has that kind of vibe to me. Really, really love this building. I think it's one of the prettiest starter homes. I was very excited that I finally had enough space to add this one into my collection. And then last but not least for this video, I have this building here, which is the Harvester Restaurant by Tomy. This item was released into the UK range around about 1994. It's based on a 1993 item, the Forest Kitchen or Forest Restaurant in the Japanese range. When it came to the UK though, it was rebranded as Harvester Restaurants, which is a restaurant chain here, so they did kind of a brand collaboration, even down to having vouchers for free children's meals in the actual real-life restaurants. This is another building that I would have always liked to have in my collection. However, with the lack of space, it went on to kind of a secondary list, but now that I've made a little bit more space, I've been able to add it into my collection. We'll do a separate unboxing on this one as well because it's a really lovely piece and there's tons of accessories to take a look at, and also it's a nice one to set up. But you can see the front facade of the building here, and then you can see the inside just here. On the back, that's a lot bigger, so you can see what the back side of the building looks like with the chairs and tables and the little kitchen area. And then here again on the side is that inside image. I love the families here. You got the truffle boars, you got the marmalade bears, and also the Van Dyke otters. But yeah, as I said, we will do a separate unboxing for this set. It's a really special one, and I think it deserves a video dedicated just to it. And that is everything new I've added into my collection for the last couple of months. And that also brings me to the end of today's video. I hope you've enjoyed having a look at these sets with me. As I think I mentioned at the start, if there's anything you'd really like to see a dedicated unboxing video or short of, please let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again next time. Bye bye for now!